Welcome to this pre-intermediate lesson in Chesham. We were looking again at the past simple, and we did a really interesting quiz that really brought this out again. Basically, when you ask a question with the verb to be, it's the only verb in the question. There are no other verbs, and after the verb to be comes an adjective or a noun, or an adjective and a noun together. And this is the format. So what sort of programs were popular in the 1930s? It's something we did last week, I know, but it's such an interesting question. There are the question words, then you've got the verb to be, and then you've got an adjective, or an adjective and a noun, or just a noun. And the answer is the same. You have the subject and the verb to be with the adjective, or the adjective and the noun, or the noun. It's very similar, and when you put it in the negative, you just add the word not. It's quite simple looking, but the verb to be causes a lot of problems. Don't forget, if it's a singular thing, program, we would say was. So for singular we use was, and for plural we use were. And of course, remember what else we did today. We don't have to write cookery programs were popular, we could say they were popular. It makes the answer shorter as well, and it's good for conversation. So these are questions in the past using the verb to be in the past. And then if you use any other verb, we use a different format. We ask a question word, just like over there. It might be a number of words or one word. Then we use the auxiliary verb do in the past, because we're talking in the past. The auxiliary verb, it is a little verb, and it helps the main verb. It helps us to understand the tense of the question, because there are lots of auxiliary verbs. We will learn them one day. But for now, this is the auxiliary verb do. And to ask a question in the past, we need to use the auxiliary verb in the past. And the main verb is always present simple first person, even for he. Then in the answer we use the main verb in the past because we're asking the question in the past. So the main verb goes in the past. Where did he go to live? He went to live in the US. And of course here's the negative. In the negative the auxiliary verb comes back. Only in questions and negatives. He didn't. And then once again, the main verb, present, simple, first person. He didn't go to live in the US. One of you guys made a little mistake yesterday with the verb do, and here's the explanation of the problem that we came up with. You use the verb do in the answer if in the question the main verb is do. Don't look at the auxiliary verb, always look at the main verb. So what did he do yesterday? He did the washing up yesterday. That's when you can transfer and use do in the past, or if you're asking a question in the present. Always look at the main verb and transfer it. Okay? So this is another introduction to the past simple. Well done, guys. Good questions, good answers. I'll give you your homework in a minute, and thanks very much.